My project for the entrepreneurship class was grilled cheese galore food trucks. This is the idea I have come up with for venture capitalists to engage in. What is grilled cheese galore? Now, grilled cheese galore is a food truck that will be serving the surrounding area. It specializes in healthy comfort food, yet is made with organic and preservative-free ingredients, all at a very reasonable price. So, this is my problem learning report. At the beginning of the semester, we were given this idea as to a business we had to build. Then we were asked later on to conduct problem interviews. I was able to conduct 7 with a variety of different people that I know from my business history as well as my personal history. The problems I had come up with is that and interviewed these people on, is that there's no food trucks in the area. There's absolutely no places that serve comfort food. This includes restaurants in the area. And the food that is served at these restaurants does not include healthy ingredients. Plus, these restaurants are not quick because they are all sit-down restaurants. So the solutions learning report is comprised of 3 different graphs, and these graphs are explaining what I found from my problem interviews. With my problem interview, I had to come up with 3 solutions to my problems that I had come up with that I mentioned earlier. So my 3 solutions are listed in these graphs. You also see a link in the middle. This link takes you to the video that I had created for this class for grilled cheese galore food trucks. And what this link is it shows essentially an advertisement that I had created. So the first graph on our left shows the healthy comfort food at convenient mobile food trucks solution findings. So the solutions were ranked based on a priority. So the first priority was 86% for this healthy comfort food at convenient mobile food truck solution. So the first finding was obviously people ranked this very high. 14% of the people from the interview said that it was a second priority, and 0% said it was a third priority. So this was an important solution because it ranked so high in percentages. The second solution was organic and preservative-free ingredients. This was interesting for the findings. 57% of people said it was a high priority. 14% said it was a second-rate priority, and 29% said it was a third-rate priority. This was interesting because I think the way that the results fell was because people believed that they didn't really care that it was a first priority because they associate organic and preservative-free ingredients with a high cost, which actually is not the case in grilled cheese galore. So the great value for any size party was our third solution, and 0% of people actually ranked this as a first priority, 71% ranked it as a second priority, and 29% ranked it as a third. I believe the reason that it was ranked only in the second and third priority sections was because people didn't really care what the value was. They just wanted to learn more and about the grilled cheese galore food truck when I did the interviews. So why do we care about this? What is the added value of grilled cheese galore? So the added value is that it's organic comfort food readily available. Customers these days live such a fast-paced lifestyle, and they want food quick and they want it to be quality. The bonus of this is that it's made from healthy ingredients, which is top-notch in my opinion. Another added value is that these food trucks can move around, which is very cool. Food trucks are meant to be mobile, and they are meant to cater to many different areas, which is fantastic in my opinion. So what opportunities lie ahead with grilled cheese galore? So we'll start with attractiveness. The attractiveness of this product is high. There's no other options in the area, like I mentioned, and I actually found a very interesting article on the history of the grilled cheese sandwich, which explained in the article, it was a story of how the grilled cheese came to be and how it's been a beloved comfort food for so many years. So it's always attractive to customers to come and see what the grilled cheese hype is all about. So the durability of this it's very high. I mean, it's decently high. It's a certain set menu, which means that people can come back every time and, pick their favorites or try something new. And the menu is always going to be constant. Also, the durability fits in with the healthy trends and the fast lifestyle trends. Everybody wants to eat healthy but cannot do it quickly. So this would be a great um, business idea for fitting those trends that are currently a fad in the society today. So back to added value, like I explained before on the last slide, it's substantial, it's high, it provides healthy food on the go, and it's going to save people time. The timeliness kind of agrees with the added value. There's no competitors, no other healthy on the go options, and then the healthy trends, of course, fall into timeliness as well. And this is the opportunities of the grilled cheese Galore food truck. Now let's look at our target market. It's really the general public, people of all ages, mainly because the grilled cheese Galore food truck can offer a grilled apple and brie grilled cheese to an adult, or it can offer a grilled cheese sandwich on white bread with no crust to a 5-year-old. The options are endless for a target market. It also includes people on a budget, which I will talk about soon with the price, and it also targets organic and health enthusiasts that are looking for healthy ingredients, but also something that's not salad. Like I mentioned earlier, competitors and other options, there are no competitors in the area. There is no one that has anything similar to this idea, and there's really no other healthy options. There may be a salad at a restaurant, but there's really no good organic free or preservative free ingredient options. So since there's no competitors or other options, it's actually very beneficial to the feasibility of this project and this business idea. So here we're going to look at the price. So sandwiches regularly cost $8.99. That would just be for a sandwich to take on the go or to eat at the food truck. And then the meals, which includes a choice of their drink and chips, would be $10.99, which really for a meal, that's pretty substantial price. I mean, it's a great price. It's low enough that it can feed a whole family, and people are willing to pay the $9 to $11, which takes us over to the right side of the screen where we see the same graph we saw earlier. Great value for any sized party, and people, don't rank it very high, but they are willing to try it. They're willing to come pay the $9 to $11, and they have high admirations for the organic ingredients used as well. So now we're going to go into financials. We've got our cash flow assumptions. So we're basing the population off of where I live, which is in Wyoming, in a smaller town, about the size of Billings, actually. It's 104,170 people, roughly. Granted, it has gotten smaller in the last couple of years, and this was taken with the last census, but we used this number just to create a realistic idea. So our potential market is 7,500 people, which also calculated to be our target market as well. We also took our gross margin into effect, which is about 40% is what we're expecting. So we're looking here at our financial feasibility. We've got our cash flow and our revenues charts in view. As we can see in our cash flow, the first couple years obviously are negative. We cannot really do much about that. We're starting a brand new business from scratch, and we are going to be in the negatives for the first couple of years. Obviously, you can see our break-even point is 19,430 units, which will occur somewhere right in between year 1 and year 2. As you can see, year 2 starts in the positives, and by year 5, we will be upwards of $150,000 in our cash flow. We take a look over into our revenues, which has been calculated based on our previous slide, which included our population, our target market, our potential market, and then obviously our gross margin, which was 40%, relates to our cash flow. But our revenues, as you can see in year 1, they're low. And they're going to be low because we are a new business. But really, by year 5, we are almost into just under 600,000, which is pretty awesome for a small local food truck, but it has great potential. As we can see below too, our net present value is $86,901 roughly. Like I said, this was based on a lot of assumptions, based on research, but it's a pretty substantial number, I believe. And then our internal rate of return marks out at about 19%. So our sensitivity analysis, this goes into the critical variables of the product. So the critical variables would include people visiting the food trucks, adults eating healthy meals, and the millennials. So this project is feasible as long as frequency of people visiting the food trucks is 4 or more times a year. It's also feasible as long as the frequency of adults eating healthy meals is 22% or greater. That's kind of the break-even line. I had it at 25% and then worked my way down to find when my net present value hit negative, and that is our variable. So the feasibility also, as long as the frequency of millennials visiting food trucks is 27% or greater, we're on a good track. The project will succeed. So now we're to our conclusion and our next steps. So overall financial feasibility is steady, as we saw. We have a first mover advantage, which means we are the first ones in the area that have anything to offer like this, with the attractive and durable product that we have. It'll be a great addition to the area. I think people will really take strong to this. And as we wrap up the slide before, the project is feasible as long as the critical variables are within range. So what's our next steps? We have to begin financial steps for starting the business, which that's difficult for any business, but it's very doable with this. We have to begin the process of starting a food truck, which there's a lot based on my research. And we can also engage in primary research, which will have a great effect. We can explore our options a little more. So this is the Grilled Cheese Galore food truck and what it has to offer. Thank you for your time.